All the books, all the podcasts, they all say real estate will make you rich. All you have to do is buy it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, they all talk about buying real estate and passive income. So what I do, I bought a building. And now I'm going broke. I thought this was going to be my big win. I thought I was going to finally get passive income and I was going to be able to have some sort of freedom. But to be honest, I experienced the opposite. My phone doesn't stop ringing because of leaks, plumbing that doesn't work, trash is overfilled at the property, landscaping needs to get done, electrical issues, just like a whole bunch of things that happened. In this video, I'll be breaking down exactly what happened, why I'm losing money, and the lessons I learned the hard way so you don't have to make the same mistakes. This is the breakdown. A business partner of mine found the property. He said that he wanted to partner up on it. We just had to go and negotiate with the sellers. So we met with the sellers, we negotiated the deal. We got it under contract for $555,000. This is my first investment property. So I was super excited. It's a 7-unit. It's 1 building and a 2-family in the back. The building consists of 2 commercial units and then 3 residential units on the top floor, and then the 2-family in the back. So a total of 7 units. Property was currently making $4,600 a month, and I figured all the rents were super low. The guy hasn't raised the rents in years. So I figured I could raise the rents to at least $8,000 to $9,000. But if I put all the rents at market rate, and I filled the 2 vacancies, I should have been at $10,190 per month if everything worked out well. But currently, the property was making $4,625. So recently, I raised all the rents, $50, 5 tenants, so that's $250, and now it's making $4,875. All right, so here's the story. I thought it would be a great deal, but reality is different, so let's run the numbers. So far, I've spent $16,419.56 on just repairs. So 2 units had to be turned over. We turned over the first one. It came out to about 10 grand, and then the rest of that, the 6,000, is just repairs that keep coming up. Leaks, electrical, landscaping, and someone needed a new stove. So all these things add up. So far I'm into it for $16,419.56. It currently makes $4,875. Expenses are $6,646.76. Basically, I'm losing $1,771.76 every single month. My plan for this building was to fix the 2 units, rent them out, fix a couple other units, do like regular upgrades and updates, and then raise all the rents. Then the value of the building would be $700,000. Then I could refinance, take my original money out, and the property will still cash flow, and then I'll go ahead and buy another property. So it's the burst strategy. The reality is this is a lot harder than I thought. Maintaining this property is a lot harder than I thought, and dealing with 5 different families is actually tough. And it's something that, I wasn't prepared for. But this is my first investment property, and maybe I bought something too big and it's just too much responsibility. I do have a property manager that takes care of like the day-to-day, but it's still nonstop. There's always an issue, there's always something going on. But the upside is that once I do raise all the rents, the cap rate on is 18.5%, which is actually really good, even if I refinance and take the cash out. So the problem, I'm leaking money on this thing every single day. And until I rent both of those units, I'm basically losing $3,000 per month, $3,195 per month if I don't rent those other 2 units. I have one right now for rent, and I have a commercial unit that I was trying to get creative and have someone go ahead and rent it at a lower rent so they could fix the problems and do like a 1 or 2 year, maybe 2 or 3 year lease, so it makes sense for them, and they can fix it slowly. They have a place to run their business, and then the property gets fixed up. But I got a couple people, but they weren't really qualified, so I had to keep looking. But I think now the only way I rent that unit is if I go ahead and fix it. And I already got several quotes to fix that unit, and it's going to be roughly $10,000. So it's $10,000 more into that unit, plus the money I already spent, plus the money every single month. So the conclusion is this cost a lot more money than I expected, and I should have budgeted a lot better. The other problem is I'm currently doing 3 other flips. So maintaining these 3 flips with this building is a lot harder than it seems, because cash flow, I need to make more money. So the answer to all this is to make more money. The lesson in all this is more expensive than you think. You're gonna get phone calls randomly at night, any day, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. People will call you because they're having trouble, and you're the one that's supposed to fix it because you own the property. The one thing I'll do differently is have more reserves, so I'm not really stressing about all these issues, or when the contractor calls me that we need to fix the roof because there's another leak. There's already been 2 leaks on these roofs, on the main building and then on the 2-family. So we have to fix those. So what I would do differently, I would have reserves to do the deal, and then I would have the entire rehab budget put to the side, so that way I'm not stressed about coming out of pocket all the time to fix the property because I already have the budget for it, and then I could just worry about just the regular stuff. I already have a deficit of $1,771 per month. I'm against the clock right now trying to make this happen. The way I plan to recover from this whole situation is I'm gonna raise the rents on all the units. I'm gonna fix them up, raise the rents on all the units, rent the 2 vacant units, and then I'm gonna raise the cash flow to $10,000. And then once the cash flow is up to $10,000, I'm gonna bring it to a bank. I'm gonna get it appraised. They should appraise at $700,000. I'm gonna do a cash out refinance, pull out like 30 grand out of it. Then it's gonna be stabilized, and then it's gonna make money every single month versus losing money every single month. And that's kind of my plan on that. Or plan B is to go ahead, sell the building, or sell my half, because I do have a business partner on it, sell my half of the equity of the building to him or to anyone else, and then just let them deal with it, and then I focus on my 3 flips. Now, I know if I sell this property, I will regret it, because I know for a fact 10 years from now, this same building is going to be worth $1 million. The rents are going to increase, and then I'm going to regret it. But reality is I need to maintain and I need to live. I got to pay bills. I gotta survive. And 3 flips is hard enough. 3 flips is hard enough. My main thing now is, do I focus on the 3 flips, try to get all my equity back so I'm not so tight financially, or push forward, work harder, and try to figure out, or even if I got to get a job, I'll get a job just to maintain, because I know once I refinance this building, it'll pay for itself and I can stop bleeding money. So trying to figure that out as I go. And like I said, I'm just documenting everything. But this is how buying investment properties make me go broke. And then the real numbers that I'm dealing with. And then the real numbers you'll deal with once you buy these properties. Because it's just not as easy as, all right, I'm going to buy this property and then boom, I'm rich. I'll be fine. I'm going to have passive income. I'm going to have generational wealth. That's all nonsense. Now, this building, even after it's fully rented, it's stabilized, everything's good. If 2 people don't pay rent that month, then I'm back in the red. So it's making me really think, like, how bad do I want to be a landlord? Because I know a lot of people that survive just off this, but they have 100 units, 200 units. So that's what I'm dealing with. On to the next one.